Every day, you either move closer to your dreams or further away from them, but never stay the same. The question is, what system is guiding your days? Most people don't fail because they lack ambition. They fail because their days are scattered. Their mornings have no purpose. Their afternoons are ruled by distraction, and their evenings are filled with regret. You see, success isn't built in one bold move. It's carved out quietly in the rhythm of your daily routine. The truth is, growth isn't an event, it's a system. And if you don't design your system, your habits will. The secret to unstoppable growth isn't hidden in luck, talent, or opportunity. It's hidden in what you do daily when no one's watching, when no one's cheering, when no one even notices. Because how you spend your day is how you live your life. And before we move deeper, let me tell you, this isn't just another motivational talk. If you listen till the end, you'll walk away with a personal growth system so powerful, it will reshape your productivity, focus, and results. So don't just watch, absorb, take notes, and prepare to rewire your days for unstoppable progress. Growth begins in the quiet hours before the world wakes up. Those first few moments after you open your eyes determine whether you will rise with direction or drift through another day of reaction. The morning is your foundation, your mental workshop, the meeting you have with yourself before you meet anyone else. Most people rush into their day like it's an emergency. They grab their phone, check the noise of the world, and immediately surrender their mind to distraction. But the achievers, the builders, the people who grow consistently, they start with intention. They know that how you start determines how you continue. The morning isn't just the beginning of a day, it's the beginning of your growth cycle. Every sunrise gives you another opportunity to reset your focus, renew your energy, and recommit to your purpose. Imagine two people waking up at the same time. One jumps straight into chaos, answering messages, scrolling through news, letting the world decide what's important. The other begins with stillness, gratitude, and planning. By noon, the difference between these two people is dramatic. One is pulled by demands, the other is guided by design. This is why owning your morning is not about being an early riser. It's about being an intentional one. It's about deciding that your life deserves the best of your mind, not the leftovers of your exhaustion. A morning routine isn't a trendy habit. It's a discipline that protects your focus. The quiet time before the day begins is your laboratory for clarity. When you take even 30 minutes for yourself, to think, to plan, to read, to write, you gain control over your inner world before the outer world begins to tug at you. Start with gratitude. Gratitude reminds you that no matter what challenges you face, you already possess something valuable. When you begin your day thankful, you begin it strong. Then move into reflection. Ask yourself what truly matters today. What one or two things, if done well, will move you closer to your larger goals? Write them down. The act of writing gives direction to your thoughts. Without a written intention, your mind wanders, your energy scatters, and your day dissolves into busy nothingness. The next part of your morning system should be learning. Growth demands input. Spend at least 15 minutes feeding your mind something that stretches your perspective. A book, an idea, a principle. The goal is not to fill your head with information, but to tune your thoughts toward wisdom. Just like your body needs fuel, your mind needs nourishment. A single insight in the morning can shift the quality of your entire day. Physical movement is another key. Energy drives achievement. Whether it's a walk, stretching, or a workout, move your body to wake up your mind. Motion creates emotion. You cannot feel tired, weak, and focused at the same time. When your blood flows, your thinking sharpens, your confidence grows, and your motivation expands. Many people try to build success on mental strength alone, forgetting that the body fuels the brain. If your mornings feel dull, your days will feel heavy. Movement lifts both. Now, once your body is active and your mind is clear, bring focus to your goals. Review them daily. Remind yourself what you are working for and why it matters. Success fades when the why grows faint. Reading your goals each morning keeps your vision alive, and vision fuels perseverance. It's not enough to set goals once a year. They must live in your daily consciousness. Growth that isn't reminded dies. A strong morning system also includes quiet thinking time. Thinking is the rarest habit in a noisy world. 10 minutes of intentional thought can save you 10 hours of wasted effort. Ask yourself better questions. What's the best use of my time today? What obstacles might I face? How can I prepare? The quality of your life is linked to the quality of your questions. Morning is the best time to ask them because your mind is still uncluttered, unpolluted by the world's noise. Avoid starting your morning by reacting. Don't let emails, messages, or social media become your first source of input. The moment you open your phone, you're surrendering your peace to other people's agendas. Growth requires solitude, even if only for a short time. That's when ideas are born, plans are shaped, and strength is gathered. Protect that time fiercely. Treat it like an appointment with your future self. If you skip it, you're postponing progress. You see, success doesn't begin when the clock strikes 9. It begins the moment you wake. The early part of the day carries the highest potential for momentum. It's when your willpower is strongest, your mind is fresh, and your spirit is open. That's why discipline in the morning multiplies results in the afternoon. Most people chase motivation, but motivation follows structure. If you want to feel inspired, build a system that keeps you inspired. A well-designed morning makes you powerful before the world even demands it. Think of your morning as the control center of your life. Each choice you make there sets the tone for everything that follows. Skip breakfast, skip gratitude, skip reflection, and you've already told your mind that the day will be rushed, careless, and random. But slow down, breathe, think, plan, and your actions will carry the same calm and clarity. The world doesn't need more speed, it needs more direction. And direction starts with you taking command of your first hour. Over time, your morning habits build your identity. You become the person who plans, reads, moves, thinks, and acts with purpose. And when identity changes, everything changes. You no longer have to force productivity. It becomes who you are. Your morning becomes your advantage because while others are reacting, you're preparing. While others are consuming, you're creating. While others are distracted, you're designing. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Some mornings will feel heavy, and the temptation to skip your routine will be strong. That's when discipline proves its worth. Discipline says, I don't feel like it, but I'll do it anyway. Every time you follow through, you strengthen the muscle of self-respect. You tell yourself that your goals are real, that your time matters, that your future deserves your best effort. Owning your morning means no longer leaving your growth to chance. It means no longer starting the day on someone else's terms. It means rising with purpose, working with clarity, and living with direction. Growth isn't a single breakthrough. It's 1,000 small alignments, repeated daily. Each morning is a fresh contract with your future. You sign it not with words, but with habits. And the better your morning system, the stronger that contract becomes. The middle hours of your day are the true test of your commitment. Morning discipline gives you momentum, but it's what you do with the long stretch between sunrise and sunset that determines your results. Most people start the day with energy, but lose it to distraction before noon. They begin with intention, but surrender to interruptions, messages, and noise. Growth doesn't vanish because of lack of motivation. It dies because of lack of structure. Without a system to guide your focus, even the most ambitious person becomes busy without being productive. The middle hours are where dreams either advance or decay, where motion replaces meaning, and where priorities are either protected or stolen. To grow consistently, you must learn to design your day around what truly matters. Structure is not limitation, it is liberation. When you build a rhythm into your day, you no longer rely on emotion to decide what to do next. Emotion is unreliable. It rises and falls with circumstances. Structure gives you control when motivation fades. Growth is not about doing more, but about doing what matters most with consistency and clarity. The secret is to turn your priorities into habits and your habits into systems. Start by identifying your highest value work, the few activities that create the greatest return on your time and energy. Not all work is equal. Some tasks are important but not urgent. Others are urgent but unimportant. The difference between the successful and the struggling is that one group spends most of their day in the zone of value, while the other spends it reacting to noise. Decide early what 3 things, if accomplished today, would make it a winning day. Protect those 3 tasks like sacred appointments. Schedule them when your focus is strongest and treat that time as non-negotiable. That is your growth block, the window where you push your life forward. Distractions are the silent killers of growth. Every time you switch your focus, your brain pays a tax in energy and time. Multitasking may feel productive, but it scatters your strength. The human mind is designed to do one meaningful thing at a time. To grow faster, slow down your focus. Give your best energy to one thing, finish it, then move to the next. Single tasking is a superpower in an age of fragmentation. Protect your focus like a treasure, because that's exactly what it is. Energy management is just as important as time management. You can have 8 free hours, but if your energy is low, those hours are worthless. Notice when your natural energy peaks, morning, afternoon, or evening, and align your toughest tasks with those times. Use the slower hours for lighter work that requires less creativity or decision-making. Just as a farmer knows when to plant and when to harvest, you must learn when to push and when to pause. Growth follows rhythm, not random effort. Build renewal into your schedule. The mind needs recovery as much as the body does. Step away from your work at intervals to breathe, stretch, or reflect. A 5-minute walk can reset your thinking more effectively than an hour of forced effort. People burn out not because they work too much, but because they work without balance. They never step back to recharge their focus. A short break between tasks helps your mind clear clutter and regain clarity. Learn to pause without losing momentum. That's how professionals maintain high performance over long periods. Communication also shapes your productivity during the day. Learn to say no without guilt. Every yes to something unimportant is a no to something vital. Guard your calendar from unnecessary meetings, distractions, and conversations that drain energy but add no value. Simplicity is the secret of efficiency. The more space you protect, the more progress you make. Each interruption you eliminate becomes a deposit in your growth account. The middle hours are also the time for execution. Planning is important, but progress happens only through action. Action creates feedback, and feedback fuels improvement. Don't wait for perfect conditions, they rarely arrive. Progress loves movement. Once you've decided what matters most, commit to doing it with intensity. Turn hesitation into motion and motion into mastery. Consistent action builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence. When you act decisively, the world begins to respond. Another key part of growth during the day is awareness. Most people rush through their hours without ever observing their patterns. They don't notice where their energy dips, where distractions creep in, or where time is wasted. But self-awareness turns experience into data. Every day gives you information: what worked, what didn't, what drained you, what inspired you. If you pay attention, your own routine will teach you how to improve it. Track your habits for a week, then refine your schedule based on what you discover. A system that evolves with awareness becomes unstoppable. Create a ritual of focus before starting your major work. It could be as simple as taking a deep breath, clearing your desk, or setting a timer. These small cues tell your brain it's time to perform. The environment you work in also influences your growth. A cluttered space breeds a cluttered mind. Design your workspace to minimize friction and maximize flow. Keep tools, notes, and goals visible. Let your surroundings remind you of your mission. Growth accelerates when everything around you supports it. Don't confuse activity with achievement. Many people stay busy all day and still go to bed feeling empty. The true measure of a productive day is progress toward meaningful goals. Ask yourself periodically, is what I'm doing right now moving me forward? If the answer is no, adjust immediately. Redirect your focus to something that matters. Growth is intentional, not accidental. Throughout the day, Guard your mindset. The mind can be your greatest ally or your worst distraction. Stay aware of your thoughts. When negativity creeps in, fatigue, frustration, doubt, pause and reset. Reconnect with your purpose. Remind yourself why you started, what you're building, who you're becoming. Positive thinking is not about ignoring challenges. It's about remembering that effort is never wasted when directed toward growth. Learning doesn't stop after the morning. Keep feeding your curiosity during the day. Listen to an idea, a short audio, or a conversation that stretches your thinking. Growth thrives in environments of learning. The more ideas you expose yourself to, the more solutions your mind can create. Make learning a living part of your day, not a rare event. As your day moves forward, stay adaptable. Even the best plans meet resistance. People cancel, situations change, problems arise. The key is to respond with flexibility, not frustration. Systems give structure, but growth requires agility. When your day shifts, adjust your rhythm without losing your focus. Adaptation turns obstacles into opportunities for creativity. Finally, treat every task as a reflection of your character. Excellence is a habit, not a moment. Whether you're writing an email or leading a project, do it with care and attention. Small acts of excellence compound into big results. How you do anything is how you do everything. Growth is not built in giant leaps, but in thousands of consistent, intentional actions throughout the day. The middle hours are your proving ground, the space where you turn intention into integrity, potential into performance, and time into transformation. Every evening tells the truth about your day. It reveals whether you moved forward, stood still, or quietly slid backward. The night doesn't lie, it simply reflects what the daylight produced. And this is where most people lose the opportunity for growth. They finish their work, turn off their focus, and drift into distraction. But the ones who grow, the ones who build consistent progress, they understand that the day isn't complete until it's reviewed. Reflection is the bridge between experience and wisdom. Without reflection, days blur together, lessons are forgotten, and patterns repeat themselves. With reflection, every day becomes a teacher, every mistake becomes data, and every victory becomes a foundation. Growth becomes unstoppable when you end your day with purpose. The last hour before you sleep is as powerful as the first hour after you wake. The mind doesn't shut off when the body rests. It processes, organizes, and stores what you fed it during the day. If you close the day with chaos, worry, or negativity, your mind spends the night reinforcing those emotions. But if you end the day with clarity, gratitude, and direction, your subconscious works on solutions while you sleep. Evening reflection is not just about evaluation, it's about programming your mind for the next level of growth. Begin by slowing down. After the noise of the day, create silence. Step away from screens, conversations, and work. Give yourself space to breathe. Reflection requires stillness, and stillness is rare in a world addicted to movement. When you pause, your thoughts begin to surface. The things you did, the choices you made, the words you spoke, the feelings you carried. Don't rush through this moment. Growth doesn't come from speed, it comes from awareness. Ask yourself simple but powerful questions. What did I learn today? What went well? What could I have done differently? Where did I waste time? Where did I stay true to my goals? These questions shift your focus from judgment to understanding. The goal is not to criticize yourself, but to learn from yourself. Every answer reveals a truth about your habits, your mindset, your priorities. When you see these truths daily, change becomes automatic. You no longer repeat the same mistakes mindlessly. You adjust, refine, and improve with precision. Keep a journal beside you. Writing your reflections turns thoughts into tangible lessons. The act of writing slows the mind just enough for clarity to form. A written record also lets you track your growth over time. You begin to see patterns, recurring challenges, repeated victories, cycles of distraction or focus. And once you see a pattern, you gain the power to change it. Growth hides in patterns. Reflection reveals them. Gratitude is another pillar of evening growth. No matter how your day went, there is always something to appreciate. Gratitude doesn't erase struggle, it balances it. It reminds you that even in difficulty, progress is happening. List a few things you're thankful for. The opportunity to work, the people who support you, the lessons learned through failure. Gratitude softens the mind and prepares it for learning. A grateful heart can absorb lessons a bitter one cannot. After gratitude, look at your goals again. Review what you set out to do in the morning. Did you follow through? Did you keep your promises to yourself? If you did, celebrate it. Acknowledge your own integrity. Self-respect grows when you recognize your consistency. If you didn't, don't excuse it. Analyze it. What got in the way? Was it distraction, fear, procrastination, or lack of clarity? Reflection transforms excuses into strategies. Once you understand the obstacle, you can prepare for tomorrow. Evenings are also the perfect time to reconnect with your larger vision. The business of the day can make you forget why you're doing all this work in the first place. Sit quietly for a few minutes and visualize your ideal future. The person you're becoming, the impact you're creating, the life you're building. See it clearly. Feel it deeply. Let that image refill your motivation. Growth is sustained by vision, and vision must be renewed daily. Relationships are another part of your daily system that deserves reflection. Think about how you interacted with others today. Did you listen, encourage, respect? Or did you rush, react, and neglect? Personal growth is not just about achieving goals. It's about improving how you connect. Every evening gives you a chance to recalibrate your behavior toward others. A small adjustment in how you communicate can create large ripples in your relationships. Also reflect on your emotions. How did you handle frustration, pressure, or stress? Did you stay centered, or did you let emotion control you? Growth requires emotional mastery, and mastery begins with awareness. Don't run from uncomfortable emotions. Study them. They are signals, not enemies. Every emotion points to something within you that needs understanding or adjustment. The more honest you are in this nightly check-in, the faster your emotional intelligence expands. Preparation for tomorrow is part of reflection too. Growth isn't just about looking back, it's also about looking ahead. Before you sleep, write down the top priorities for the next day. Keep it short. 3 to 5 key actions that align with your bigger goals. When you wake up, you'll already have a blueprint. This simple step eliminates morning confusion and creates momentum from the first moment of the day. Planning at night is like laying tracks for the train you'll drive tomorrow. Detach from outcomes as you close your day. Not every task will go perfectly. Not every goal will be reached immediately. What matters is that you're moving with intention. Reflection is not about perfection. It's about progress. If you learned something, you grew. If you tried sincerely, you succeeded in spirit. Growth is measured not by immediate results, but by consistent effort in the right direction. Before you rest, take a few minutes for peace. This might be prayer, meditation, breathing, or simply sitting in silence. Let go of the weight of the day. Forgive yourself for what you didn't do. Release tension from your mind and body. Sleep is not an escape. It's a tool for growth. When your mind is calm, your rest becomes deeper, your recovery more complete. You wake up not just recharged, but renewed in clarity and purpose. Reflection also builds humility. The act of looking honestly at your day reminds you that there's always more to learn, more to refine, more to become. Humility keeps you teachable, and teachability keeps you growing. The proud stop learning, and when learning stops, growth ends. Reflection protects you from arrogance because it forces you to see reality clearly. It keeps your ambition grounded in awareness. As you practice this nightly routine, you'll begin to notice how your days evolve. Mistakes shrink, focus sharpens, gratitude grows, and confidence deepens. You'll move through your life with more clarity because you no longer carry the confusion of unexamined days. Each reflection session becomes a course correction, a reset, a quiet conversation with your own potential. Over time, your evenings turn into the fuel that powers your mornings. The power of reflection lies in repetition. Doing it once feels good, but doing it daily changes who you are. It turns scattered effort into steady progress. It transforms random actions into a deliberate path. Growth becomes unstoppable not because you work harder, but because you learn faster. Each evening becomes a closing ceremony for your progress and an opening ceremony for your next level. Every reflection adds a new layer of wisdom, and wisdom is the ultimate compound interest of life.